the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time moves on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is March 6, 2025. It is 1:12 a.m. So I have a lot of tweets to share with you. I have about 17 tweets that they are here. There might be part 1 and part 2. So I'm sort of gonna pick up from yesterday. The thread that I mentioned yesterday that I left for when I watched the entire show with Love Meghan, I haven't watched yet. Every time I sit to watch the show, I fall asleep. So I'm leaving the thread for review for another time. Okay, so I still have it here, but I'm not gonna go over it because I wanna have something to say. I only watched the first 2 episodes. Okay, so this is the first tweet. I'm ordering the flower sprinkles and raspberry jam. What are you planning to order? Okay, so that's from asever.com. This is Meghan's product. Alright, so I saw some of these I wanted to share. This is an ad. When is it landing sharp in UK, please? So yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I just put this on the list because this was some of the things the squad were talking about. Okay, so the squad are talking about things that they're gonna be ordering. So I just thought I'd share that with you. If you go on her, I think it's asever.com, you'll see what she's selling. I guess I'm assuming it's based on what's in season. That's what she sells. Next tweet. Okay, let's pause this GIF. Meghan saying her mom or her grandma will have said, quote, "Where's your home training?" End quote. If she ever left things littering in a hotel room. It's sending me. Why does it sound so Nigerian? Okay. Alright, so there's me here responding. Girl, her 43% was kicking in. pure and simple. I won't be accepting nothing else. I'll tell you this quite or something. My South African mother and grandma will say the same. When I left South Africa for the UK, age 24, they reminded me not to forget my upbringing. Remember, the way you will conduct yourself out there is a reflection on the kind of home you were born and raised in. You know what that reminding me? When I was talking about how I started, talking about Meghan and Harry on my on this channel, PYTE, because the nonsense the tabloid was saying about her, and I was like, there's no way an African American in this high level of society will be behaving like that. Okay, it's the same thing. All right, it's ingrained. That's right. That's an ad because she is. That's where Meghan's got her 42%, 100%. And I have this. I guess this is something else. She was on another show. Further down the list, I have some tweets about her appearing in Drew Barrymore's show. Okay, LOL. Remember one time I got a B in math. My father said, what about the people who got A's? Did they have two heads? Oh, I like this. I guess I read that before. I was like, this dude is insane. Math was my hardest class. Nigerian parents or something else. Okay, I'm telling you, because didn't you see her making, what is it? What the hell is that? Ik per kip plantain chips. And that Mexican sauce was like our stew. Not too long ago, I remember talking about in one of my videos, just random. I read a tweet and then that process came to mind and I mentioned it randomly in the video. Is that when you look at in the US, plantain, fried plantain is one of my favorite. I love it. I used to make it myself, but there are times I will go and buy it at the Chinese store. But the thing is that now I don't see over my area, they very rarely have plantain. But one thing that I saw popping up on the chips aisle was a lot of plantain chips. I was like, what the hell? It seems like, they're trying to, not only I cannot find that much plantain, the raw plantain to make it from scratch. And the thing that I was seeing more was the chips. And I was like, I guess they're buying all of those companies, those chips companies, or buying those plantain from farmers, I guess, from wherever country that they have deal with that used to bring the plantain over here. Okay, they're buying them up, and then now we don't have the plantain. And the other thing that I raise as well is that they're rejecting many culture practices. Okay, those MAGAs type of people, but they bagging up those foods of those cultures that they keep on the same way they treat Meghan. They bashing her, but yet they copying her. So they rejecting those cultures, foods and things like that, but yet they're packaging it to sell it back to people. It's something like that I was trying to say. Okay, so where is this here? It's almost a minute. Oh, so that's probably in one of the Netflix show. I haven't, like I was saying, I didn't watch it.
The girls, whoever hosted at their house, make sure that everyone is fed. I thought instead of just ordering food in, that I could make some fun bites for all of us. So I found this great local chef, and he's gonna help me put together a taco bar with chicken tinga and fresh ceviche. I love.
Yeah, she definitely raised in her community. A lot of Hispanics. I think majority of Hispanics do fried plantain and things like that. So she's accustomed to it. Because I don't see. I don't know if I see African American do that unless they come from Africa to come over here. I'm not sure, so there's a question mark on this. So she probably got it from hanging out with a lot of Hispanics and her neighborhood and things like that. But anyway.
Mexican food in LA is such a huge part of our culture and our understanding of growing up. in such a diverse area.
Oh, thank you.
With Mexican food, there's so many different.
There it is. I swear I did not watch it yet, and this is what I was just saying. Yep, that's exactly that. That's my understand. That's what I would have assumed anyway.
Iterations of what it can look like. And plantain chips dipped in guacamole. So we can have healthier chip options. Sounds pretty good to me. So we're chopping plantains to make the plantain chips. I'm gonna do enough for 2 sheet pans, lined with parchment. Pretty straightforward. We're gonna put these in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes and give them a flip. Another 10 minutes and they're done. Strong beef. Game night with the girls.
Okay. I guess she learned it from, I don't bake them. I guess that's the healthier way of doing it. I fry them. I haven't got there yet, but Amo, it looks great. Sis is presenting. Okay, yes, I love that bit. And so many of us do the same. It's beyond shameful to leave hotel rooms like bomb sites for staff to clean up. One of the things, when I'm done with this tweet, I don't want to spend too much time. One of the things I usually do when I go in hotel, if I'm going to be there for a very long time, let's say for a week or something, we put do not disturb. They don't need to clean it every time. And every other day, we ask them for new towels. That's the only thing. And then when we leave, I will leave some money. If I see it's the same cleaning person that's usually clean the area, I make sure to leave some money on the bed for them. And then I'll say a thank you. All right, next tweet. Watch the people who have called them the Sussexes for years lose their collective minds when Meghan says she's a Sussex. Clowns. Oh, I've responded to some of them already. Yep, same haters who had an issue about Harry and Meghan's Duchess title will now have an issue about Harry and Meghan's kids officially sharing a name. Though Harry and Meghan have been referred to as Sussex from 2018. Keep Harry and Meghan separate and keep Meghan attached to Markle name controversy. That's their aim. There was a tweet that I read that one of the squad made a very nice point. At least now we don't have to associate her with the Markle, especially with the half siblings who, you know, the other side that popped up to put her down. It's either that or Meghan Windsor, and I got a feeling they'd be madder if Harry made that their surname. Okay, OMG, this is so true. But you know, one thing that popped up in my mind when I first came across this is how the US is trying to prevent women from voting, because, well, I'm sure she could still obtain a copy of her original birth certificate, because they're trying for voter ID, and it's a mess in the US right now. Okay, it's a mess. You probably see I don't post too much on Abu Team Sussex because there's not that much political thing that I want to talk about. I'm trying to take a break from politics, because every time I turn in to see what's going on, it's just draining for me. I didn't even watch that State of the Union that idiot said. Anyway, LOL, it's funny. Like, they had no problem calling them the Sussexes before, or even calling other royals Sophie Wessex, GCNL Wells. Apparently, it's now bad that Meghan is going by her actual marriage name. There's that. At the end of the day, Meghan is getting the view and getting paid. That's all that matters to me. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, this one, I have to thank that squatty who usually tag me or send me some information on X about things that she came across, and she thought that I will, it would be nice for me to share with you. So I don't want to share her message, because not everybody wants to be known. So whoever you are who are on X, who usually tag me on some posts, I appreciate it. Okay, so this tweet is from somebody who tagged me on it, who sent it to me. I was watching a video about Meghan's show with Love Meghan, and I read this from a mother of one of Uvalde's tragedy victims, OMG. Meghan sent moms of Uvalde's tragedy victims flowers on Mother's Day. Alright, so that's that. Alright. She's a genuine person. I lost my daughter in the Uvalde tragedy, and she sent the mothers of victims flowers for our first Mother's Day without our babies. Okay, I'm sorry for your loss, and thank you for sharing this. There's that. My heart hurts for you, darling. I hope you have many wonderful memories. That is so sweet and thoughtful. There's the heart here. I'm wondering why this is not on the radar of all the haters. Okay, she kept it out of the media. She also oversaw the revamping of our community parks. If you go on our part of Pew Service, where I usually talk about their work, I mentioned a couple things about Uvalde, the parks and different things that they do with Kaboom and things like that. Okay, and this is why she'll remain blessed. That's an ad. This is what people don't understand about Meghan's sincerity. She does so much more behind the scene that we never hear about. Thank you for sharing, sis. Oh, this is deep. Meghan has always been a loving, genuine, and caring woman. So inspiring too. Thanks for sharing. Oversaw the revamping of the community parks. She really is a fantastic human being. Her and Harry were made for each other. Their children get to grow up in a loving environment too. As I'm reading this is why that remind me the little controversies that they had when they were dating, where Harry and Meghan were cooking in the kitchen and then something happened, and I guess Harry raised his voice on her, and Meghan removed herself from the environment. And when Harry realized Meghan didn't come back, and he went to search for her, and Meghan talked to him and said, if you want to raise a family, I don't want people to be talking like that.
People have said my wife saved me.
Yeah.
You know, I was stuck in this world.
Yeah.
And she was from a different world and
Yeah.
helped sort of draw me out of that. But none of the elements of my life now would have been possible without me seeing it for myself.
Yeah.
As we know, it's one of the, you know, it's hard to change. It's almost impossible to change other people.
Yeah.
You've got to start with changing yourself.
Exactly.
And allow that growth to happen. But yes, my partner is an exceptional human being, and I'm eternally grateful for the wisdom and the space that she's been able to give to me.
Well, there's an incident in the book where you kind of lose it. I think you lose your temper, and she says to you, you can't do that with me.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be with a person who does that.
Mm-hmm.
I will not have children with a person who does that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to figure out what's going on inside yourself. And my wife, bless her soul, has always challenged me she wouldn't put up with anything less than my true self.
Mm-hmm.
And what a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And so relationships, but not just with spouses, but also with people who see you and accept you, such an important part of healing, I think.
And I needed that.
Yeah.
I really needed that. I needed that pushback. I needed that moment of, again, scared of losing her. And it was a real moment because of the question that she asked.
Yeah.
She said, is it because that was how you were brought up, or that you've experienced or seen or heard, you know, other people within your life speak to women like that? And it was like a light bulb moment. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. Not an excuse.
No.
Just
An
understanding of how these things manifest themselves and how we are so much a product of our own upbringing.
So Meghan put him in his place when it matters. And this is why, you know, the kind of life that they have now in the US is going so well. It's very sad that when they were in the UK, every time they solve unnecessary issues that the haters brought up on Harry and Meghan, they solve it and they keep on bringing other things. So this is why a lot of time I keep on saying, thank God William kicked Harry out, because this would have been a non-stop nonsense, and to keep them like focusing on things that matter. And you see, since they've been over here, it's like, you know, you see the work that they're doing. They focus. Okay, coming from people who met her. There's that. A lot of emojis. Very nice. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, these are tweets, people talking about her dress on Netflix. There's that. Meghan looks beautiful in that dress. Nice to see Harry and Meghan happy. It's also nice to see her mother. She looks great. Yeah. I think that's one image. Yeah, one image. There's Miss Doria. There they are here. It's very like low tone colors. Harry's shirt color matches Meghan's dress. It's sort of that dress, but it's not, okay? It sort of remind me of the yellow dress that she wore when she was pregnant with Lily, and the same yellow dress she wore when at one event in Nigeria. Okay, she's gorgeous. She sure is. Mama Doria is in great form. Meghan's beauty is an inherited legacy. She looks stunning. Every chance that Harry gets to show his love for Meghan, he made sure to show it. Alright, next tweet. So this is Miss Doria and the show. I haven't watched that episode yet. This girl is on fire. Mama Doria looks great. The support system that she has. Okay, absolutely. With Love Meghan on Netflix. That's an ad. Alright, so let's go to the next one. This one, I think I share it on my community board already on PYTE. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Canada coming true for our gal. Let me watch again. Alright, so this is the top 5. What happened here? Oops, let me pause for a second. I don't know what happened here. Okay. So Meghan, the top 5 on Netflix. Meghan is number 4 with Love Meghan. There's that. Okay, yeah, that's an ad. Okay, wonderful. According to Flix Patrol, With Love Meghan is at number 10 and the top TV shows on Netflix and the world. It's views that count, and at Netflix is well aware of the coordinated campaign by hateful trolls to post bad reviews. Oh, of course they know. What is it? There's one video that I did and I put allegedly. Okay, that the royal family allegedly tried to bribe Netflix CEO. It's 2 CEOs, one of the co-CEOs, to not air Meghan's show, and they will give them right to some of their BS nonsense of the royal family shows. And Netflix rejected it. Let's see here. Top 10 on Netflix and the world on March 5th, 2025. The most popular movies and TV shows on Netflix and the world. Who was number 1 on Netflix on March 5th, 2025. Top 10 chart or full ratings charts. Check the title detail for more streaming analytics. Okay, Running Point. Okay, With Love Meghan. Where is it? Okay, it's number 10, With Love Meghan. Okay, so that's what it is. Oh, what did she say? It's actually on Netflix. Okay. But the one that was posted was saying in Canada. And Canada specifically. One specific region. Well-deserved viewing of this series. Make sure you clock Love It on Netflix. There's that. Let's pause this. Please remind everyone to give the show a double thumbs up rating. It's number 6 in the UK at the moment. Yes, Canada is cooling off with a lavender towel. I love it. Congratulations, Meghan. The numbers speak for themselves. Yeah, the Netflix CEO, they know what's going on. And I think they already made the money that they did. They already made the money that they pay Meghan, because this is why my family still have Netflix. Because my husband is done with Netflix already. Not because he hates Netflix. It's just that everything that he needs to watch on Netflix, he already watch it. Alright, so, and I'm like, no, don't cancel the membership, because I know that Harry and Meghan will still be having some stuff. And I want to have something to watch. And then when the squad are talking about it, and I have something to say. And I haven't finished watch the show yet. Next tweet. Alright, feeling petty. Meghan's crepes. Kate's pancake. I shared that on my community board. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. A pancake fit for a princess. Kate Middleton is elegant out of care. This is why they're telling you, don't believe your eyes. Let them tell you. Meanwhile, this is the nonsense. Oh my lord. And we have Russell Myers has audacity to ask where is substance in Meghan's show when their princess can't even produce a pancake. And let's not forget, they made it for her. All she had to do was fry it. She can't even turn it.
It's when I made that. Okay, so am I just pouring it straight in here? Yes. Okay. How much? Very thin, okay. Oh, crazy. Again?
That'll take some time, will it?
Back on. I'm really nervous.
That's not really okay.
Done.
You saw it back then.
Yeah. Maybe the children won't want to do pancakes with me. They're like, Mommy, we've seen you do it, but there's no way. Okay. Please don't show them this is mine. I might have to have a go at flipping as you did earlier. Here's what I made earlier. See, that's it. There's no way that's gonna go.
That's the first one, that's why.
Jesus, let's swap it up. Okay. I'm going to try and get it. That's all. I think it's going to get stuck. Definitely baby, that one. All the ones that were made earlier are not as nice as them. I'm sorry. I haven't done it justice.
And Meghan show when their princess can't even produce a pancake. Kate cannot deliver one episode of a cooking show. Kate looks like it might just walk off the plate any minute. I have to admit, I don't like pancakes, but if I did, I would 100% give the one on the Vitamix. Okay, exactly. There's love it. It looks vomit. Meghan's freedom, Kate's freedom. I did put this. I blew this one up on the one that I share on my community board. Okay, so this is something about Netflix, the rating. All right, let's see here. Reminds me of the Boolean investigation announced hours before the Oprah interview where neither of the supposed victims were consulted. The British press just literally make shit up. All right, so she retweeted that. Let me read the comments and then I'm done. And I'll go to the retweet. It's not the British press per se. They don't have the time or resources to research this crap with page view targets to hit. It's the derangers who dig up all this shit. Their buddies in the British press use their tweets as leads. Many are following them anyway. Okay, but still, this is why they ipso usually give them a pass, because they know they could get away with it. Before Harry started calling the British press in court, he used to go to ipso. Okay, I think just look at the screen. They sort of oversee newspapers and things like that. And if anybody have issues with whatever they write about, especially about Harry, and he used to go to ipso and complain to them. And then when Harry goes to ipso, they usually tell Harry that the tabloid is in the right to write whatever it is that they wrote about him. So since then, he stopped going to them. Instead, he goes to the court. And then he's been, winning every time. Well, not every time, most of the time. And then when Meghan then go to them as well regarding the letter for the privacy, the letter she sent to her father, and they're saying, oh, how come she didn't come to them first before she sued them? And let's not forget as well, the lawyer for the royal family was giving her the runaround as well. So Harry learned. Harry probably said, just go straight to the court. Don't even go to ipso, if Meghan was aware ipso existed at that time. All right? So they should know to do their research before they write their BS. So they don't do their research, even if they follow the derangers who's writing nonsense. And remember, also, this is another thing as well. It's like a cycle of thing. When you read tweets on Twitter, and I think some squad have uncovered some of those Royal Rats private tweet account. They sometimes have a burner account and they write their BS to start the conversation. And then now to put their name behind the nonsense that they pick up on to write about the BS that they pick up on whatever social media platform, sometimes it's them. Okay, they pretend to be someone else on Twitter or whatever platform they want to write their BS. And then when they're writing on paper, now their true identity come out. And they could say, oh, we picked this up from Twitter and things like that. Okay, let's say if they didn't do that. Okay, what I'm assuming. With their burner account and then writing about it on real paper, on tabloid. Shouldn't they do their research first? Alright, so they know they have the cushion of ipso to back them up, so they do whatever it is that they want. Alright, they're also implying that somehow Kate Keane invented beekeeping. What? Her and no one else should do it after she did that photo op. Oh Lord. Alright, so let's go into that. This is the retweet. This is what it looks like when women are supporting other women. Alright, 1 minute and 5 seconds.
People be hating on Meghan Markle, and somehow I am involved. This is me, LA food blogger, also called Meg, who she's accused of ripping off in her new Netflix series. I honestly heard about it for the first time today. Apparently in episode 2, she makes a beautiful fruit rainbow board that is similar to the one that I have on my blog that I've been sharing on Instagram for years. They also accuse her of stealing a taco bar idea from my blog. Spoiler alert, I am not the first person to ever think to put fruit in rainbow order in an arch to make a rainbow board. And I'm not the first person to ever done a taco board. Now this was run in a few different publications, including the Daily Mail and the Sun, and they accuse the show of ripping off a few different bloggers. You can see some examples, including mine here. I have no idea what these other bloggers think about it, but I personally thought the whole thing was hysterical. Like, a lot of creativity is derivative. It's not entirely original, and I'm not gonna knock Meghan for making food on a TV show. Now, I haven't seen the TV shows, so certainly let me know your thoughts, but I just thought the criticism was a little much.
I agree with her. A lot of these things are things that other people have done from the past, and then she's just showing you it's ideas, okay? Like I've said in past videos, probably in one of the videos I did yesterday, I'm not the type who will do these type of things, but at least I think the first episode that I saw, the spaghetti that she did, this is something I wouldn't mind trying for my kids. It's very simple and quick. Alright, so that's that. This is what it looks like when women are supporting other women. Okay, I love this. Nicely done, Meg. It just shows how ridiculous the derangers and the tabloid journalists are. They are spending their time scouring the internet for anything similar to Meghan's content. They have never done this with any other lifestyle or cooking show. A class act. Love it. This is really nice and should be everywhere. Okay, so that's that. Now we are back to rating. Oh my god, I didn't put it right after the other one. More Netflix rating. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, With Love Meghan on Netflix is in the top 10 in the UK. It's a win for Meghan. Hope she knows that there are a lot of Brits such as myself that support her and can see that the real reason for the British media's smear campaign is because Meghan is happy and free away from the firm. There's that. So I responded to that. Yet here you are under his or her truth. I'm talking about this Brit who posted that. Co-Netflix CEO confirms what this Brit said. Brits watch overwhelmingly Harry and Meghan Netflix content, so shut the F up. I believe this Brit comment. People like it. There's the 10 here. Add, I'm Brit too, born and raised. I absolutely love Meghan. I will support and defend Prince Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lily, and Doria. And the other thing as well, with the Invictus, I think it was ITV or one of its associate channels who bought the right to air the Invictus. But when it's time to air it, they didn't do it. The reason I think they did that is because they know a lot of Brits will be watching it, and then the numbers, the rating for that show will be overwhelmingly positive, will be high, and that will compare with the other brother who had the docuseries, which not too many people watched. So I think this was the reason why whoever bought the right for the Invictus did not share it. And I think the CEO for the Invictus, Dominic Reed, he's leaving Invictus because he's been there since the beginning, so he needs to retire, is leaving. And he said something about that in one of the interviews that he did. He was very disappointed. This is not quoting, I'm just saying. He was very disappointing in how the UK did not air the Invictus. Yes, thank you. We know there are many British people in her corner. It's sad to see such unrealistic hate for so long. Murdoch tabloid press has done its job creating a cult of hate. But it's sometimes it's hard to really know because they own almost every form of communication. Okay, every mainstream media's type of communication, they own it. So they create the noise. You would have assumed that it's a lot of people that's that. Sometimes it's a very small group. But one thing I realized, and I think I said it in one of my, either on IG or on my community board, I'm just happy that now more Brits are speaking up. Because at the beginning, when I started talking about Harry and Meghan, not too many of them were talking. So I used to encourage them to say, just say your truth. And I think now I'm seeing more Brits are talking. And the other thing, as I'm saying this, one of the things that came to mind was, I think it was the Euro 2020 or something like that, where one of their football, what's his name? Just look at the screen. That's the video that I'm making reference to. When I think one or two of their football players missed the free shot. I don't know how you call it. And then there were some Brits who were upset about it and they were bashing them. Well, then again, it could be just the media who's doing that. And there was a mural of this particular guy. Oh my God, I can't think of his name right now. And he's done a lot of other things, feeding the kids, school meal, and all of that. There was a community mural of this young man, a football player. He's black, by the way. And the people in the community came around to, what was the thing again? To show their support for him. And I thought that was nice. And because in the day prior, I share the behavior of the Brits. Since the UK had lost the match, I showed the negative side. And then the following day, when I came across about the mural, and I share it. Okay? So I thought I brought that up. Because when the tabloid was really going after him, but the community did come. You didn't hear too much about it. And this is what was good about it, because it was random people, could have been squaddies. I don't know how I was able to stumble upon it, because it was not making that much noise about the community coming together to show their support for this young man. Meanwhile, the mainstream media was bashing him. So, the micro view of things has to come from the community. Otherwise, I wouldn't know about the mural thing. Because I live in the States, so how would I know about that? But anyway, so that was just to show you how a lot of Brits, they have, a good portion of them have their head on their shoulder, but I'm laughing, I'm giggling because the US is going through the same thing with MAGAs. But the UK is showing, the mainstream media is showing the bad side of things. Okay, Murdoch tabloid press has done its job creating a cult of hate, and it's doing here in the US too. It truly puts the spotlight on your cold-hearted king who could have stopped it years ago. Well, I don't want to go too far into this because I've talked about it. But since there are some new subscribers, I guess I should mention it. I'll just go over it really quickly. From my point of view, this is not to say this is the fact. From my point of view, they make Charles scared of this type of a king that he is since he was a child. The moment Queen Elizabeth's father died, this is where men in gray suit or the business people in the UK start stepping in to where we are now. Now, with the queen, they can't really do much with her because the queen was being trained by her father. She was already a young adult, a mother, so she already knew her position, and her father was training her. Now, what they did with her, in my humble opinion, this is not a fact, but my humble opinion, how I put everything together. To get to Charles, they sent the queen overseas. Okay? They booked her being away from Charles. Meanwhile, the men in gray suit, the nannies, in my humble opinion, the people who are around Charles was making him to be the man that he is. Now, when Prince Philip tried to step in to toughen him up, because they cut his wing. What I mean by cutting his wing, because he was already a prince. Actually, in my humble opinion, Prince Philip was more, in terms of title, was higher than the queen. But because they threw him out of Greece since he was a child, and because he was supposed to be king of two countries, Greece and, is it Denmark? Or Netherlands. One of those countries. But he was no longer that high level of a person, and the UK made sort of as if they threw him a life support, or you married a queen, and they didn't even call him king. But for this horse now who married Charles, for people to be calling her queen, Philip was higher and entitled that horse. But anyway, they cut his wing. He can't really say that much for raising. He tried. Let's just say he tried, but it was probably already too late. Now, fast forward now, this is what we have as a king. And then by the time Charles had both of the boys, and he was already training William to cozy up with the tabloid. They made him believe that to get good press, you have to dine and do those things with the tabloid. Meghan did mention it in the Oprah interview. And funny enough, I came across an article. I stumbled upon it randomly. Okay? About Charles taking William to parties. And this is why we have this type of a William that we have now. Now, when Princess Diana was trying to level him up, you know, both boys, William and Harry, and you see what happened. They took her away so they could have full control of him. And thank God they didn't pay too much attention to Harry, because Harry, all the stuff that we were seeing on the tabloid, in my humble opinion as well, is Harry who was fighting with the negativity that they were throwing at him. While he was trying to upkeep the teaching of Princess Diana, meanwhile, the men in gray suit, including the brother, was trying to pull him down. When you look at different joint interviews that William did with Harry, you see every time William is putting Harry down. He's going to be smoking, drinking, or doing all sort of things.
What? Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a policeman, but I haven't. I wouldn't want to be that now.
Most popular cop on the block.
Exactly.
What would you want to do? How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer. Thanks a lot. No,
Yeah, well, for a concert it'll be easy, and it's actually been a lot tougher than you imagine.
Yeah. We couldn't have done it with everybody else's help.
Been any kind of diva demands or sort of pop stars you've had to deal with that have been quite tricky?
We couldn't possibly be so indiscreet. The Spice Girls were quite keen to... He's been the hardest. Some cigarettes somewhere and a beer, that's about it, really.
This is what they wanted to put Harry in a box in. And William believed it. And he said it jokingly, but he said it too many times. So that means he believed it. So all this started since Queen Elizabeth's father died. And then from that point on, when the Queen Elizabeth got to the throne, so what they did, they sent her overseas. And I think I have a screenshot of, I think she was one of the most traveled monarch. Okay? So all that was to get to Charles, to change his mind, make him believe certain things. And now all these, what we are seeing here, that's happening worldwide, they all are connected. But anyway, let's see. Yes, thank you. We know there are many British people in her corner. It's sad to see such unrealistic hate for so long. Murdoch tabloid press has done its job creating a cult of hate. It truly puts the spotlight on your cold-hearted king who could have stopped it years ago. Yeah, they made him believe certain things. So, and one of the things I also believe is that when Meghan first met Charles, in my humble opinion, I think it went very well. But someone must have put some nonsense in his head to what we have now. Okay? It seemed like that guy, the common sense of things, he cannot really, when you meet someone, you have a sense of things. But it seems like he doesn't trust his own eyes, his own senses. So someone must have put some nonsense in his head to make him, be the person he is toward his own son and his sons and his daughter-in-law. Same here, I cringe with the second-hand embarrassment at how our media bully and harass Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan. It's clear as day to anyone being objective where the smear campaign actually originated. They all disgust me. Top 10 in the state as well, so proud of her. So she's number 6. Okay, Love is Blind. Okay, so where's that? Let me go into that. Wow, Prison Break is still there. Very interesting. I used to watch that. It used to be on Fox. That was early 2000. It was a good show. Then it simmered off. Okay, whatever's here, that's it. Okay, Meghan is such a breath of fresh air. I was on verge of tears during my commute this morning watching her show and thinking about how much hate she had to endure. I'm so proud of her. With love, Meghan. Joining you as a Brit that absolutely adores her and wants them to succeed against all the odds stacked against them. Alright, I think the social media team will have picked up on a lot of positive comments here from the UK. Prince Harry's book was a bestseller and their documentary on the most watched on Netflix. What is it? You see how the UK also grab the right to suit. Are they airing it? Could they be doing the same thing that they did with Invictus? They bought the right to it so nobody show it? Oh my God, Mr. Ginger, you're such a proud husband. We celebrate your choice to remove toxicity from you and your family's life and focus on both of your mental health, thriving and living joyfully. You know what that remind me? There was something when he was leaving the UK after the Syndrome Summit to go meet Meghan and Archie in Canada. There's something, I'll put the clip, the part that I'm thinking.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honor to serve my country and the Queen.
Okay, I'm a supportive Brit too, and I absolutely loved With Love Meghan. I don't read the papers or watch those morning, daytime, anti-Sussex shows, so the British media and the anti-Meghan and Harry haters and those leftovers do not exist in my world. That's nice. And I hope the US is picking up on that, because it's the same thing that they already poisoned the UK, they bring it over here. And then people in France, okay, be on the lookout, because the same thing is gonna happen over there as well. Okay, pay attention to what's happening in the US if you have not been paying attention to what was going on in the UK. All right? Because Bojo's sister warned us.
I find it hard to see who is the winner here. I mean, Prince Harry goading the press is only and forcing the press into humiliating payouts is not going to be particularly good for the Sussexes. And it's certainly not great for the press, which is on the hook. I think the total payouts for phone hacking and other illegal information gathering is up to $1 billion, and there are many, many more cases to try. So my point about all this is, I think we only have losers here, and it's in all our interests that we have a strong, vigorous, and honest press. And if it was strong, vigorous, and honest, I agree that the press would have reported more on the judgment, the Prince Harry judgment that came through on Friday, than it did. It was basically a broadcast story, far more than it was a print story. And of course, the print and broadcast are in competition, so you can sort of understand that. So my question is, who wins out of this? Has Prince Harry done the press lasting damage? Do you think that as a result of the judgment that went against Mirror Group newspapers, we're going to see some sort of state regulation of the press? I genuinely hope not. I don't want the press to be in the last chance saloon at all. I want to see newspapers thrive. This is my industry, and I think it's in all our interests that we have a thrive. And we've got the most wonderful newspapers in the world in this country. You read the newspapers in the States or in France, they're very dull. They're not entertaining at all. I think that we can have both a serious and an entertaining press. And that's what I want to see survive. I don't want to see Prince Harry destroy the industry I love.
What I really, really don't like, and what I find hard to make peace with, is that there are some people on one end of the spectrum who are sitting behind their keyboards writing dangerous or defamatory headlines, knowing that it's going to work as clickbait because any context in the rest of the article protects them and there's nothing you can do about it. And at the other end of the spectrum, you have Nobel Prize winners like Maria Ressa, who's literally putting her life on the line, and war correspondents who again are putting their lives on the line to bring us the truth. So that, to me, is the spectrum. And my life has been covered by this end of the spectrum, which I will be damned if those journalists are going to ruin journalism for everybody else because we depend on it so much.
You did say in your book, you said, I began to think at some point that Murdoch was evil. You've had very strong words about Rupert Murdoch and what you think he did in this phone hacking scandal. What is the goal of this lawsuit, which has been ongoing now for a very, very long time?
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
1,300 people, from what I've read, have settled with
the
Murdoch folks. And of the 40 claims that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue?
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle. So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people and families.
So be on the lookout, people and friends. Next tweet. Sheesh, congratulations to the entire Sussex family, Netflix crew, and all those who made With Love Meghan possible. Within 24 hours, Meg's first solo project is a top 10 hit around the world. Alright, so I think I did share this. Okay, so she sort of put everything together. So she's number 6 in the UK, 10 Germany, South Africa, number 4. Where is that? Top 10 Kenya. She's number 4 in Kenya. UAE, number 6. Portugal, number 8. Where is that? Ireland, number 4. Was it? Magiuzag. Okay, I don't know where is that. So that's number 7. Switzerland, she's number 7. So the overall that was it on this tweet was one of the tweets that I've already shared, where it's top 10. So pretty much she's over top 10. That's a very hard thing to do. Okay, there's that. Entire SME campaign against her. Okay, these people are effing sick, but the weapons are clearly not prospering. Okay, please don't forget to downvote. What? Is that what they're saying? They're not even afraid to say that. Please don't forget to downvote her show on IMDb. Do it as soon as you're able to. Pick a nice juicy number 1. Thanks. What? How in the... These people are vile. Wow. Okay, they forget that the world is vast. This hate campaign worked at a time because people did not know and listen to the media. All that is over now. People have opened their eyes and seen who the aggressors. Okay, and this is why they had to do everything that they did. The Oprah interview to clear off the BS when they were in the UK, from the time they met to the time they left. And then, you know, they have to do what they had to do to clear their name. Okay, that's a different language. A different language. Right. It's now number 6 in the US. Holy cow. That's an ad. Okay, manipulating by Netflix after all that cash they have forked out. Okay, so why then they manipulate the numbers with Archwell Productions, Polo and Invictus show, which never made it to the top 10. Cry Harder, Meg's show is a hit, and this makes her more relatable in every sense. Let me pause that. In every sense, life is up and downs. This show is up. Cope. All right. Not number 1 though, is it? I mean, it's not easy to be number 1. She's in the top 10. Anybody who has a show who's in the top 10 or even top 5, they will love it. I'm telling you, these people are something. Okay, and I imagine now that everyone had a good grab, it will drop down the listen quicker than she dropped the UK. Oh my God, I need to block that one. Let's see here. Oh wow. Okay, does it need to be number 1 to be successful? What numbers is your show at? I'll wait. And the other thing as well, there's a lot of people who make what that was leading up to the 2024 election, and they were asking people on the street who they will be voting for. And was it that, or was it on a show that I saw it? This guy who make a lot of movies, but his movies are not number 1. Sometimes you hardly hear it, but he's a multi-millionaire. Some of his shows are, you know, let's just say he knows his niche and he doesn't mind making those type of movies, but they make enough money to make him live comfortable. This is the thing many of these people don't get. This is very small. Oh my God, this person go. According to Flix Patrol, the show entered the daily top 10s in 47 countries, with top performing countries including Canada, Croatia, Ireland, Kenya, Africa. It picked up 201 points in total, making it 10th in the global chart. Okay, Potato Lab. Okay, so there's all of that. So you could pause and read it. Different countries, and it's still, okay, in the top 10. Canada, Croatia are 4th. South Africa, Bahamas number 5. Okay, 6. Okay, they put the countries in terms of the rating. There's the UK number 6. Okay, so that's that. You could pause and read that. Let me bookmark this. This is something I could share. This person needs to be blacked. Okay, I've spent too much time. Let's go to the next one. All right, so this one is making reference to the Netflix rating as well. I might have part 2 in this video because I still have more to share. With Love, Meghan is already top 10 on Netflix. Congratulations, Meghan Sussex. Okay, and what country? I've already shared some of these. Let me see if this person shared. Okay, dozen of countries. I've seen it. No. Okay, I've seen it. No. I'm so glad. Thanks. All right. There's that. Is that an ad? Daily Mail couldn't even keep up with Love Meghan. Analyzing the Daily Mail's coverage of Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton reveals a significant balance and the number of headlines dedicated to each. A comprehensive search of the Daily Mail's archives indicate that Meghan Markle is featured in approximately 50 headlines, while Kate Middleton appears in around 10 headlines. Congrats. You can tell Meghan really loves to nurture the people she lets into her life. Okay, so there's that. With Love Meghan, 8th episode. Okay, it has been a long time since any new series has so completely captivated me. More please at Netflix. If you love having guests and treating them like they are important to you, be they overnight or dinner guests or friends for lunch, With Love Meghan is for you. That's what I said in some, well, I didn't put it that way, but one of the things that I said is that her show is not for everybody. Okay? But you could get some ideas from it. Let me put this on the list and I'll go into read some of the comments underneath it. Okay, so now I'm in this, right here. All right. P.S. Fabulous playlist with a lot of obvious thought put into each cut. Hot damn, the music was as good as the food, flowers, and drinks look. Okay, so there's that. That's an ad. I love everything about the show at Netflix. Better give us season 2 of With Love Meghan. Okay, it's so wholesome. Love. That's a different language. Okay, so that's good. They're tagging Netflix on it. And some people already asking for season 2. So that's good. I mean, Netflix know where their money is. All right, and let's not forget the environment that politically that we are in worldwide. The nonsense, unnecessary nonsense, these people who are so well off, where they could just sit and relax and enjoy their monies, their millions. But instead, they're creating unnecessary nonsense to put pain onto people. So this type of show right now, I think it's the perfect timing, in my humble opinion, to, something easy to watch, something that keep your mind, your focus away from the nonsense that's going, a distraction. Okay, love is louder, everything else is just noise, holding on to this feeling and these women forever as ever. That's Emily. Okay, that's how you play it, Emily. Limit your comments and continue to share your joyful moment with the Queen Meghan. Okay, love wins. What was the book she was looking at? So happy for you girls. A handmade gift from us. Oh, wow. Okay. Love is louder. Beautiful. Hold on tight. The agenda to destroy Meghan comes from palatial carpets who hate that she is thriving along with Prince Harry. They want to be the only one. I'm not disagreeing with it, but when I process it, I'm like, my goodness, the jealousy, the envy. This is what creating all this chaos. My goodness. They want to be the only ones who shine without talent, mute and black, and keep loving always. As ever. All right, as ever, Meghan. As ever, Netflix. That's right, girl. Love wins. Yep, thumbs up. The last one, I'm literally on the floor. All right, what was the last one? Oh, a group hug. That is nice. Look at the guy in the back. But anyway, let's go to the next tweet. That is nice. 57. Which one is that? Did I put that? Let me pause for a second. All right, so I got a little mix up with some of the thing I was adding onto the list, but let me cover this. I think I did, but I'm not 100% sure. With Love Meghan is already top 10 on Netflix. Congratulations, Meghan Sussex. And what country? There's the money. Daily Mail can't even keep up. Okay, I think I did read that. Analyzing the Daily Mail. Yeah, I read that. Congrats. You tell Meghan really loves to nurture the people she lets into her life. So I did cover that. All right. So when I add those two other tweets, it's sort of, I think I delete one and I don't know what I did. All right, so now we are into Drew Barrymore.